students. So welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining us in this beautiful Rotary Hands Across Water annual year-end event. We are really excited to have people from all over the world here with us. We currently have 160 people and counting. So this is going very nice as planned. And we have room for 1,000 people, so don't worry. Our plan today is to start with some greetings. And we have celebrities from Israel, from the world, from the Rotary in the world. Barry Rasin has been nice enough and good enough to join us live. And we have the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs from Israel to congratulate us, because this is becoming really meaningful on a global scale. We will then have the students present. There were wonderful projects. And they didn't all start that way, but they graduated and eventually were able to present beautifully. So we will have 10 presentations by school students in the webinar. The rest, namely all of them, have video presentations and posters and PowerPoint presentation all logged in the exhibition, which you can see in parallel or later. This webinar in itself will be also recorded and played live in the website onwards. So this is the main thrust of the event. And then when we are done, we will have more greeting with more participating organizations, the district governor of 2490, and we will then have a humoristic quiz, as we always have, on water issues, and that will be an international competition this time. So this is our plan. We want to do it in 1.5 hours, maybe a touch more, and let's get going. So our first greeting today is from PDG Avner Fuchs, the chairman of the Water and Sanitation Committee in Israel, and one of the forefathers of the entire program. Dvir, we're listening to Avner.
Dear high-teach teachers and staff, Rotary Hands Across Water partners, and first and foremost students from all over Israel and abroad. I am really proud and excited to share with you in this great virtual event, and wish to greet and congratulate you for all the achievements you have obtained in the course of this year. I know that this achievement were reached through hard work, day by day researching and learning about the water and sanitation challenge and development innovative solution. Together with technologies and science, you have also learned the value of sharing your experience with people from different cultural background and formation. I strongly believe that this experience alone is of the greatest importance, and hope it will guide you in your future endeavors. I wish you all a great graduation event, as well as Chag Purim Sameach.
Okay. Thank you very much, Avner. This was recorded, of course, before the Purim holiday.
Hello, my name is
the Haifa Rotary Club hosting the program, represented by Nathan Feldman, who has been running the program at the Haifa Club all along. Nathan, go ahead. Are we playing? Good. Okay.
Hello, my name is Nathan Feldman. On behalf of Rotary Club Haifa, the Rotary Hands Across Water host program, we welcome and send our great congratulations to the children and families, to the teachers, and to the high-teach team. We're proud to have on our program this year in total 65 schools, including 37 schools from Israel, representing all sectors. Also 28 schools from different countries, including Ukraine, Moldova, Poland, Lithuania, Romania, Albania, Kosovo, and the US. Wishing all of you great success today.
Toda rabah. Thank you very much to Nathan. And our next greeting comes from Florida, from Dr. Gerald Sussman of the Coral Spring Parkland, the chairman of the International Committee of the entire program. Go ahead, let's hear Gerald.
Dear graduates, it has been my pleasure and honor to have worked with the Hands Across Water program from its inception. As the international coordinator for the Rotary Club of Coral Spring Parkland, I've watched with pride the outstanding work of the High Teach Field team, headed by Dr. Amnon Shefi, and the support from the Haifa Rotary Host Club, and of PDG Avner Fuchs, the District 2490 Water and Sanitation Committee Chair, and the support from more than 35 Rotary clubs and districts in Israel, the US and Canada, and Europe and India. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and may you continue to have an interest in solving the many critical problems posed by water scarcity worldwide. Most sincerely, Dr. Gerald Sussman, past president of the Rotary Club of Coral Spring Parkland.
Okay, Jerry has been escorting the program and donating to it and following and bringing schools from Florida for many, many years. Following him, we have regional manager Florine. Florine has been one of the founders of this international endeavor. He met the program way back and in Romania when we visited there and wanted to explore how to expand it. So we worked on it for a while, and you'll hear later how this came about. But Florine acts as a regional manager for Romania and Moldova, and he represents here all the regional managers of the program. Go ahead.
Dear friends, I'm very happy and pleased to address some words on this occasion of the graduation event 2022. I want to thank first of all to the past District Governor Avner Fuchs for the invitation to be partners in such a beautiful program which are focusing on the water and the education. But High Teach, as a professionals, led by the Dr. Amnon Shefi, and Little and Dvir have performed a very great job during these 2 years. I want also to thanks to the regional managers from different countries which have also provided a coordination, the activities, the presentation, working with many schools, and their role will increase in the future. Many thanks to the teachers' schools, as well the students, which have provided very good technical presentation. All this program has proven that Rotary change lives working together. Think globally, act locally, it's one of the major logo of the moment. Thank you very much.
Okay, excellent, very good. Florine has really been very devoted and very innovative in helping us design the program and conduct it. Okay, we move onwards to a new partner from the Kinneret College. The Kinneret College hosts the Israeli Water Edge, which is the water community of professionals, 2,500 professionals that have in general been supportive of the program from day one, and they now have a community managed by the Kinneret College. The Kinneret College is the biggest BSc on water engineering school in Israel. Lital, our chief coach, is a graduate of the second year of that new school, and Dr. Ram Skotkin is heading the department and congratulating us on this event. Go ahead, let's hear on.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Ansot Skeverian, and I'm happy and excited to give some opening remarks at this Hands Across Water event. First, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to speak and briefly present to you some of our water-related activities in Israel. As you know, water is the most valuable resource we have on Earth, and it's an integral part of the environment, life, agriculture, industry, and more. In Israel, we learned at a very early stage how to save water, treat sewage, how to use water from various sources, such as desalination water, etc. This precious knowledge must be maintained, expanded, updated, and introduced to the next generations, like you. As part of the requirement, the Department of Water Engineering at the Kinneret Academic College, together with the Ministry of Economy and Industry, established the Water Edge, the Israeli water community, during 2021. The water community is responsible of sharing information, ideas, mutual research capabilities, innovation, etc., for local and global academic groups and industrial companies. The Department of Water Engineering was established in 2011, and today is the only one in Israel that awards bachelor degrees in water engineering. Next year, we will also have an international master degree in water engineering, so we can train engineers from all around the world. As part of the college vision for improving the periphery, with the emphasis of the Jordan Valley region, we established back in 2017 the Kinneret Innovation Center, or KIC, in full cooperation with SEMAR Consortium. Last year in 2021, the JNF also joined us as part of their belief in our way. The Innovation Center is a warm home for startups in the field of agrotech, water tech, software, etc. I wish you all a fascinating and fruitful event, and we would like to hear from you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much to RAN, and we're really delighted with their participation, and they have already contributed significantly. Now, the next greeting that we have is a very special one. It comes from Danny Lacker of the Water Authority. The Israeli Water Authority, a very centralized, well-managed organization, managed, by the way, by the public, not by the government, by the public as a public interest of public company in a way, with the government having a part in it, but so does the academia and the public and so forth. Among other things, they worry about water in emergency situations. And Israel, unfortunately, is exposed to a lot of emergencies, as you know. Now that Ukraine faces such an emergency, with many refugees and people moving, and immediately water becomes a scarcity and a challenge. So one of the things that the Water Authority in Israel did was put together a huge package of assistance for Ukraine having to do with water, and sent a whole plane worth of cargo of hundreds of tons or very big cargo that was shipped to supply water from the municipal system through containers to the individual persons on small personal containers. So Danny managed that entire operation, and he will greet us and tell us a little bit about it. Go ahead, Vil.
Dear student and honorable guest, it's a great privilege and a great honor attending your event. I kind of admire your generation for being so aware for green issues, especially in water challenges and wastewater challenges around the world. It's a great honor that you guys are taking what we did in the past to a better future. Israel Water Authority is kind of a leader in kind of saving resources for water and purifying wastewater issues. Just recently, we sent a delegation that provide aid to more than 100,000 refugees from the war between Russia and Ukraine on the border between Poland and Ukraine, supplying alternative water, purifying contaminated water, and supplying it to refugees. In the past, we also provide some aid to the Bahamas Island after a typhoon and to Charleston, West Virginia after a contamination in the water system. Israel Water Authority is more than happy to participate and provide aid to wonderful generation like you, ladies and gentlemen, and try to figure out how to solve by technology the new challenges. I wish you all the best and sure that you will take our word to a better step with your abilities and your great minds. Thank you very much for all you're doing, and I wish you all a big success. Enjoy your event. Danny, Israel Water Authority.
Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead. Dvir, are you showing the clip?
No, it's not.
Okay, wait. Okay, so let's stop here for a minute. Let me capture a little bit of what was said in Hebrew for our non-English speaking audience, and we will then continue. So, דיברנו על התוכנית שלנו היא לראות את הברכות, יש לנו עוד כמה ברכות, ואחר כך לראות את עבודות התלמידים, ברכות נוספות בסוף והתחרות. בירך אותנו אבנר פוקס, נגל אבנר פוקס, יושב ראש ועדת המים המקומית, ונתן פלדמן ממועדון חיפה, שמארחים את התוכנית ותומכים בה לאורך כל הדרך, ואחר כך הייתה לנו ברכה מקול ספרינג, השותף הבינלאומי של התוכנית, את הטלפון. אמיר, קבל בבקשה את הרדיו. אחריו בירך אותנו המנהל האזורי פלורין מרומניה, שמרכז את הפעילות ועזר לנו להקים את הפעילות הבינלאומית, והוא בכיר תעשיית המים ברומניה, וקיבלנו אחר כך ברכה מרן, המנהל של מחלקת המים במכללת כנרת, שמכשירה מהנדסים היום בישראל. דני לקר מרשות המים ברך וסיפר על משלוח העזרה בנושא המים לאוקראינה ולבהאמאס בעבר וכולי, וראינו כשהוא דיבר על הבהאמה את האורח שלנו ברסין, noting that he remembers it from the Bahamas, because Danny Lecker was really talking about it. Okay, and then back to Hebrew, אנחנו עכשיו נעבור לברכתו של פרופסור פורמן מהטכניון, ואחריו נשיא הרוטרי העולמי לשעבר יברך אותנו, ואחריו סגן שר החוץ. בתום הברכות האלה אנחנו נזכור בקצרה את מה עשתה התוכנית השנה, ואז נעבור לתלמידים. Okay, so without further ado, we progress to hear Professor Alex Foreman of the Groundwater Research Institute in the Technion, who has been providing us academic support and recruiting the entire academia in Israel and now overseas as well. And there's been a marvelous work. And last week we had a visit from Shfa'am School to their Groundwater Research Institute. Professor Alex Foreman, please.
Hello, Amnon and the entire HiTeach program. Congratulations for the Water Day. Greetings from the Technion. I'm glad to see how the program evolves and how large you're becoming, involving both Jewish and non-Jewish students in Israel and abroad with the twin programs. We're happy to continue and support you, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Professor Foreman is short and to the point, but he is doing a marvelous work with the entire faculty in the Technion, which when we have the graduation events at the Technion, at the Groundwater Research Institute, it's a big excitement when all the faculty comes and meet the students. They meet the young students, middle school, high school, and they look at them as their own future researchers. And it's a fascinating, exciting interaction. And next year, we will have to think, God providing that we will have no corona, how to run this event in a hybrid mode where we don't give up this excitement of being at the Technion while keeping this internationally. So we still have challenges to go, but this is what keeps us going. Okay, now our next guest is an honor guest. Barry Rasin, the past president of Rotary International, is not just the past president of Rotary International. He was in Jerusalem in 2019, and he saw our students working together in Jerusalem, Jews and Arabs. And he concluded his visit saying, you're doing water, you're doing education, you're doing peace building. This is Rotary. Please find a way to take it to the world. Well, we work together to find a way. And so now Barry is joining us live from the Bahamas.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all. And just to say thank you. First, I got to say thank you for helping us with the Bahamas. We had a desperate need for emergency water, and the Rotary world stepped in and helped us get through it. We're still a couple of years away from solving it, but we're getting there. We're also working with Haiti. Only 30% of the country has access to good water. And we have put together a program to bring every citizen of the country, 9 million people, the water that they deserve. It'll take us 20, 30 years, but that's okay. So what you're doing in your partnerships with governments, with schools, with countries, to develop a sustainable preservation for our environment has global impact, global importance. And I want to remind you that what you're doing can make an incredible difference for our world. So I thank you for what you're doing. I urge you to continue to grow and develop as you've been doing. I thank you because you're making a difference bigger than many, many, many projects that Rotary is doing around the world. When you bring water, you bring peace. When you bring water, you bring an ability to get an education. When you bring water, you improve health. What you're doing is changing our world. And that's why all of us do what we do. So thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you today so that I can say thank you and congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barry. Your inspiration has really been outstanding and it keeps us going. And we hope that it will sustain and we hope to be worthy of it. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have a greeting now from the Deputy Minister, but I would like to ask Dvir, maybe we have one partner that has a vote, right? Okay. Good. So we don't have this video disturbance on the screen. And our next dignitary is the Vice President of, the Deputy Minister, rather, of Foreign Affairs of Israel. This has grown to become so meaningful that we've approached the ministry and suggested to them that they join the meeting, and they jumped on it. And before you knew it, we had this greeting of which we are really very proud. Go ahead.
Students, educators, and Rotarians from Israel and the world, it is a pleasure to welcome you to the Rotary Hands Across Water annual event. Your collaborative study of water challenges and solutions using Israeli water technology sounds like great inspiration for science learning, and it holds a great promise for a sustainable future. I congratulate you on the joint effort and the celebrated achievement.
Okay. Our next greeting will come from District Governor Chaim Kenneth, but we will hold that back until the children present, and we will save some of the greetings for after the presentations, and then for the second part, which is the quiz, which we will see how you all do after you've been learning on water. Okay, so the next phase now will be a presentation of what we have done this year and how we progressed. and we have a couple of minutes for that, so we won't be too long, but I think it will be interesting. So I'm obviously not biased here because I prepared it, of course, but let me try and share the screen and see if this works. Okay, let's see if this works further. Hold on a minute. Okay. Okay, can you see this okay? Okay. Drir, is this okay?
Yes, you're presenting well.
Very good. Okay, so let's run through it on this Water Day, the World Water Day. The highlights of the program, of course, is science, education, but it's multidisciplinary, including culture. We worry about the nature, water, the environment, and the challenges and the solutions. And the inspiration for the young generation is that this is futuristic, talking about their time. Project-based learning, they manage the thing, research, and outdoor. We reach out through the global collaboration, but we work with local curricula, and our agenda is to increase youth awareness of the challenges and the solutions. Our achievements are quite significant. We're not going to go over all, but we have 75 partners from the Rotary, from the academia, utilities, and so forth. And we've had more than 120 schools, 18,000 students in the program so far, more than 100 teachers trained. This year we had 65 twinning schools from 9 countries. A major amount of content, a lot of it was developed this year in English, the STEM teaching and the teacher training, 3 major global grants, and the 4th now in process of application. And we have been granted a sustainable, noteworthy recognition by TRF. And we are fit for the environmental challenge and, of course, for the knowledge growth. What we did more this year, and someone has a speaker on, please try to squelch it. More teacher training, more visits and research, a STEM project, more curricular content in English, and a new e-learning system with CRM. School twinning was established, as you can see, and connection with the utilities and the academia. The twinning is very structured. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but it's well structured, starting from teacher training, provisioning of content, coordination of the twinning, but we work on a local focus area that have curricular value, and so forth and so on, all the way to the fact that we share the research of the students and we expect them to spread the word. We've done tremendous amount of working together, and this is a wonderful logo that the kids in Romania developed with the Star of David and Romanian typical colors. And so the nationality of Romania and Israel working together, and you can see all the people and the managers and the coaches from Romania. And not only Romania, but Moldova as well. But Poland recruited Ukraine and Lithuania, and this became the entire Eastern Europe, not left without Albania and Kosovo. So we really have a very big footprint in Eastern Europe, and it proves to be very effective. Next in line would be the USA, where we have a school in Florida. We really want to have more schools coming from there. On our website, we added the ability to register for Rotarian and for schools and for utilities, such that we can manage the relationship. We have so many partners today that it's very hard to manage manually. And we upgraded our Moodle e-learning system. It was ancient, and it is now very current, hosted on Amazon servers, and is very robust, but it is so big now with content that we had to add a search engine into it. So it's a very major upgrade of the system. And as mentioned, we have regional managers. This is too many now to manage all from here in Israel. So we distributed the entire system, and you can see the regional managers. Florin spearheaded. Anna was working very nicely with late Professor Kuczynski, who helped us establish the program and unfortunately passed away this year. And we all share the sorrow for the large Rotary Club, and he was really inspirational for all of us. And then we have from Albania and Kosovo, Arben and Harry, supported by Sabina and Elisabetta, of the utility organization in Albania, and Rin is the assistant of Florin, and everyone has another assistant, so we have doubling. And Lital, young as she is, manages the entire international operation and does it wonderfully. We had to build this structure because otherwise it would have looked like this. So it is now well structured. Doreen is helping Florin in Romania. And we had 35 engaging meetings, and some of them you can see here. And that look on the students' face is not the way it started. There was a lot of cumbersomeness, and it wasn't all that easy in the beginning, but we worked hard with the students and the teachers, and eventually they proved and perfected their presentation and, of course, their research and water understanding. And this was really very, very encouraging to all of us, combining science, English, culture, digital interaction, a lot of fun, environment concern, collaboration together. This is really an exciting adventure. It is very engaging, as you can see. People were really very involved, both Rotarians, teachers, and students. And we were not afraid to make errors. We dare to err. And together we err, and we correct, and we learn. And then we enjoy the fruitful growth, which you will see with the children's work. There were some moments of anxiety, but the smiles were very, very big. What we do in Hightech is provide a bridge between the industry and real life and school that has those silos of physics, chemistry, and biology, and it's not connected in school. We help connect it both in multilateral manner and to the life around us, because we want the youth to get involved and to revolt and to take care about the future, but we want them to know the facts. We want them to know the science behind it, so they don't just walk in demonstration, but they know the story. So what do we have in Israel that we put to work here? So we reclaim wastewater, we desalinate seawater, we irrigate effectively, and we prevent leaks. All of this we apply properly across the country through proper management. But now we together take this entire package and turn it into education. So the youth have a good starting point, but they know we expect more from them in the future, especially taking a rounded ecological footprint, considering, for instance, the use of energy, which has to be minimized because we're hurting the climate, and so forth and so on. How do we recycle? How do we reduce use as it applies to water and other resources? We picked up a couple of subjects as main theme for the twinning. One was hydrophonics, and it turned out that there were a lot of hydrophonic projects, and Vir was very involved together with Adam and Karam and all of our team. We built a system like this with the Haifa Rotary Club, and then we were able to run the entire hydrophonic group. And you can see a lot of activities, big science, very innovative solutions. But most importantly, look at that smile. And let me tell you, it did not start that way. It was a lot of frustration. There were challenges, many presenters, hard to control the video, how to control the sound, and so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, if you get such a smile, you know you're doing something right. So this was the connection. And sometimes it was challenging. The bandwidth was very low. But the success was great, and we're very happy with it. And this is the Haifa Rotary Club Community Center for Hydroponic Gardening, which we helped build, and then they expanded it further, and it becomes a community center. And we went into the technology. So this is TechnoZoom, where we took the water flow monitoring and other devices having to do with support for the hydroponics. And Vir, our CTO, amazed everyone with his technology. And pumping and driving water is a major thing in Israel, which we always turn into education. But lo and behold, now we have pumping, as you can see, in Eastern Europe, working with the utilities. And it turns out every utility has something to show the students. And so it becomes very interesting. Starting from sucking or pumping, you can then learn more, and then expand it into seawater desalination, where we go through the whole way and visit the desalination facilities in virtual tour. This is Professor Foreman last week hosting the Shfaram students in his laboratories. And this is the virtual tour of the Ashkelon desalination facility. And the same as it applies to wastewater reclamation, where we also do something very unique, namely reclaim wastewater, but do it with a minimal amount of energy. And the students are concerned with what would happen to the soil if you use reclaimed water for irrigation. And so they exercise rinsing the water should it be hurt by the water. Dorad Energy is a wonderful company in Ashkelon, and they are hosting us in their facility. They make energy using gas, but the majority of what you see in their facility is water, from cooling to the steam. And so we turn this into a course both in energy and in water. So we developed a whole suite of tools to support the learning. Some of it is very sophisticated, from Lego, where you see batteries and motors, pumps, high pressure gauges and pistons and so forth, some digital gauges, but look at what we do with it. So when you have a water trajectory like this, in fact, it is Newton's law, and the distance, the parabolic equation is all implemented there if you know what you're looking at. So we built a robot like this with the students, and then we take it to work. And this is last month with students in Ramle, where this is that little robot, and this is the trajectory, and here are the parameters taken by the students. And so we have a mathematical analysis, the physics behind it, robotics, all put together with water pumping. We use drippers, and drippers are not as simple as it meets the eye. There's a lot of sophistication in the drippers. So we ran an exercise in Shaib up in the Galilee, where pressure compensated drippers we use, where you can see the pressure gauges and the amount of water coming out of them when you take it all the way up to the roof, and the pressure changes, and of course the dripper should compensate. We analyze hydraulic valves, where again you have forces acting, so Newton comes to play again. And we take the students when we could, before the corona, into the water exhibition, where they were exposed to water challenges around the world. They scouted the exhibition floor, they brainstormed to apply the technology to those challenges, and they presented posters written in English on the floor in the same day. This, of course, transforms the students from students into innovators, from students into entrepreneurs, all in one day. They come out different students. And of course, we hope to be able to bring students from around the world to visit, as we did way back in 2017, before the corona. And when PRI Babalula visited us and asked the students, so what's in it for you? The students said, we learned that we can understand things. And to us, this was a most rewarding response. Of course, we have a lot of support from the Rotary to the tune of about $500,000 thus far in 3 global grants. We are supported by many districts, and we hope to have more. We have a large amount of Rotary clubs, almost 40, and we hope for more there as well. So it's becoming a major thing. And so thank you, PRI Rasin, for supporting us. And we examine how well we do with the feedback analysis we did at the end of the first pilot year. And since it was exceptionally good, we went ahead and continued. And so our reach now is really broad. And look at what happened at Eastern Europe. It's really overwhelming. And I think we can do more in Western Europe and in America and in India. And they're all standing by already. This is the spread in Israel that you can see is very elaborate. And we have new website now hosting this event, and we'll host it onwards. This is our team, excellent, devoted people. And these are 4 of the additional partners that joined us this year. Sugarlab is from Albania, the International Water Museum Network, supported by UNESCO, is asking to join us. OISCA is an organization somewhat similar to the Rotary, not as big, but with the same principles, and they have joined us this year. And as you saw, WaterEdge, the Israeli water community as well. So we have a lot of partners, 75 of them. We're not going to read them all, but you can see this is becoming a real exciting thing. So thank you very much. And we will turn out to have you enjoy the show with the children. This is the meat. This has been the introduction. And now we're back to the children, the students. And we're turning the floor to Lital. And Lital will ask the students to join us group by group. And they are on the webinar, but you can also see them in the exhibition floor. Lital, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Amnon, and good luck to the schools that are going to present. We're going to start with Ukraine from the city Lviv. The school name is Multidisciplinary Educational and Rehabilitation Center, named after St. Mykolai, and the presenter is Irana. Irana, the floor is yours.
Okay, Ilana, can you hear us?
Irana from Ukraine. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I try to say it good, the name.
That's okay. All right, Irana, go ahead.
Hello. We are the school from Ukraine. Our school is located near the Lviv, Ukraine, in the picturesque town of Rykhovich, near the forest and 2 lakes. And we would like to present our presentation. And before this, I would like, we just had opportunity to learn about your invention, water equipment. You said about this before, and you sent to Ukraine. And this really very necessary for our people. And thank you for your kind heart and your great support.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. And it's been very emotional to work with you. And we hope it has been helpful to be able to distract the students and the teachers from the terrible surrounding. Lital, who is next?
We continue to Lithuania from the city Pabradė, I think I said it right. The school name is Zimana Gymnasium. And we have Dorota.
Yes,
Dorota, sorry. How are you, Dorota? Please, the stage is yours.
I am fine, thank you. So can I share my screen?
Yes.
Yes, but my students should present it, so they are attendees, I think. So can they speak? Like attendees?
Yes,
Yeah?
of course. Yes, of course. Can you send me the names?
Danielius, Tihan, and Edvinas.
The challenge that we're having is that to have so many panelists among the very large group of 200 participants is the challenge. But in a minute, this will solve. Lital, why don't you read the name of the next school so they can prepare in the meantime until Dvir sets up Daniel.
Okay, thank you, Amnon. Moldova next, from the city Ilovini. We have the school Petre Stefanica. And we have Corina, Alex, and Galina to present. Hello, Galina.
Daniel, Dvir, are we set with Daniel?
I think Danielus, Edvinas, and Tuhon should be as panelists. Is that correct?
Okay.
Okay, so can we present? Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you hear me, guys?
So we are with Lithuania. Dorota, you are ready?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Moldova will be up next.
Okay, so let's start.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. And we would like to present our project about water. So we live in a small town, Pobrade, near of the capital, near the capital of Vilnius, Lithuania, Vilnius, and there you can see our national symbols. And these photos, you can see our team and our school. Our school is named Žeimena Gymnasium. It's named Žeimena because of the river which flows through our town.
The idea of our project was to determine water impurities from various sources. We examined water from different school taps on all floors and from the canteen. Also, we took water from wells, from a river Žeimena, snow, and we examined it. So the question was if our sources are suitable for different uses.
Yes, Edwin, continue, please. What we did?
We compared and contrasted water from different man-made and natural sources. We examined different indicators by doing experiments, and we explored numbers. So the question was if our sources are suitable for different uses.
Here you can see the numbers, and our conclusion is that water from all sources is quite clean. All the indicators are within the normal range. So water from the school taps, wells, and snow is suitable for drinking, cooking, washing, and watering. Water from the river has increased number of nitrates and nitrites. So it isn't suitable for drinking. It is only suitable for doing laundry and watering.
So we visit Vilnius Vandenis. It is the largest water supply company in Lithuania, and we found out that it operates water supply and wastewater network in our district. So there are moments from our tour, and thank you for your attention. We really enjoy this project.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was very nice.
Thank you very much, Lithuania. It was really nice and good to work with you. We're going to continue to Moldova, please. Corina,
yes,
and Galina, and we have Alex.
hello, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. We are Alex and Corina from Theoretical Lyceum Petre Ștefănucă from Ialoveni. Ialoveni is a small but very beautiful town from Republic of Moldova. There are a lot of hospitable and hardworking people, and especially students. Besides all of these benefits of our city and Lyceum, we detected a small problem for which we elaborated a project named Reusing Water and Irrigation, equal to saving water. As we know, irrigation is the artificial application of the water to the soil through various systems of tubes, pumps, and sprays. Irrigating water, we create a beneficial environment for the entire community and especially for our school. And alternatively, water reuse is vital during global warming. In this project, we will catch the rainwater into water storages and use it during the period of drought. Moving on advantages, I can say that irrigation has a lot of benefits for the soil, like irrigation helps to maintain the condensation of the loam. It is one of the most feasible ways to grow crops. Irrigation helps to improve the yielding and preserve the structure of the topsoil. Meanwhile, rainwater is at zero cost, and it's much better than water from the fountains.
Our goal is to collect and irrigate the rainwater, and the method by we want to do this is creating and collection and irrigation system. We would like to collect the water from our school. We want to use the, yes. We want to use this system during a period of droughts. We assumed based on information which national forecast provides to us, and taking in consideration the surface of our roof, which is 1,565.3 meters, that we will be able to collect 172 liters per month and 1,040 cubic meters in 9 months. In this way, we will be able to create a favorable environment for our plantation and greenhouse with high quality water and without any costs. On behalf of our team, we want to thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Moldova. Up next, we have a school from Romania, from the city of Oradea, Emmanuel Guido National College. And we have Liana, Stefan, and Fratila presenting. Good luck.
Hello, can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Stefan Abrodan. I am from Emanuel Gojdu National College Oradea, and the project I'm taking part in together with my colleague Bianca Fratila is about water consumption in clothing items and food. As we were researching this, we were surprised to notice over 70% of the Earth's fresh water resources is used in agriculture and producing processed foods. Also, according to our findings, the average person weighs over 100 kilograms of food per year and throws away 11 kilograms textile material each year. As the planet's population is in continuous growth, these values will also keep on increasing. In this context, there are emerging problems that have to be solved in the next decades. But if people were aware of the huge amount of water which is used in manufacturing process of common object, maybe they would think twice before throwing them out or even buying them. For this reason, we researched water consumption in the technological process of creating this object. The results found are displayed in the current slide. We also discovered that the textile industry is in top 5 most polluting industries. The purpose of our research was to acknowledge the problem of water waste, and the utility of this project is educating students regarding this issue.
The survey displayed here was completed by almost 600 students. This way, we found out the level of awareness regarding water waste. We concluded that not many of them know that the amount of water used in producing some common objects is significantly higher than they expected. So a data processing was performed according to the table that can be seen here, regarding the amounts of water used while obtaining the food products, clothing, and footwear that students use in a single day. As you can see, the total value is pretty high, over 900,000 liters in a single day. Here, you can see objects that my colleagues use daily for whose production were used the amounts of water recorded in the table previously seen. Each participant took a photo of their food and clothes that they usually use. For conclusions and recommendations, teenagers nowadays consume too much water unconsciously by buying plenty of clothing items and food that can sometimes be unnecessary. Knowing the large amount of water required for the products analyzed, food and clothing, a more careful use of them, avoiding waste, could significantly reduce water consumption. This is the educational goal of our project, and in order to accomplish it, we realized and distributed a flyer containing useful information, which is shown here. In this way, we raised awareness regarding the incredible food and water waste, especially in the developed countries where numbers reach as high as 30%. Thank you all for your attention.
The way Bianca and Stefan are speaking and presenting, I think they could be not just researchers, but next year they can replace Lital and myself as moderators. Welcome, well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Stefan and Bianca. You were great. We're going to continue to another school from Romania, from Constanta City, Mircea Cel Bătrân National College.
Mircea Cel Bătrân National
I tried.
Yes, thank you very much. But first, I would like you to help one of our students, Delia Vasile, to have access to, to be able to share her screen.
Dvir, can you please write the name or say the name to Dvir?
Yes, I'm going to write it in the chat.
Delia?
Delia Vasile, yes.
Delia, I think. Oh, there it is.
Thank you. Delia, Yasmin, and Luisa will help them. 3 of our students are present, and 3 of our teachers with me, Adriana Popescu and Bianca Matei today.
So yes, Delia is on as a panelist. I can see her. You can go ahead and start.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I will share my screen. Our other colleague, Lisa, isn't responding right now, so.
I am responding. I'm going to share the screen now.
Okay. Hello everybody, our names are Delia, Yasmin and Luisa, and we represent the group of students from Mircea Cel Bătrân National College in Constanța, Romania, who are working on the project we are presenting now. Our project is called Tap Water Quality in Constanța versus Bottled Water. We started our research from the idea that people use too much bottled water when the tap water is plenty. We wanted to know if they are equal quality, so we wrote a quiz, then did some research in school laboratories and observation at Water and Sewage Utility Constanța. In the end, we drew some conclusions. The result of the questionnaire you can see, we connected with the information we knew about the effect of population growth on water consumption in Romania and the development of urbanization. There is the fact that people living in the city prefer drinking bottled water and ignore tap water, which is cheaper and plenty in Romania. We were curious about the quality of tap water in our houses, so we compared it to the most popular bottled waters in Romania. The Water and Sewage Utility Constanța has a complex system for storage and pumping. Water sources in Constanța are both from underground and from the surface. There are 3 main facilities for water to be captured, treated, and pumped into the city, and the samples we studied were provided from 2 that are circled in red on the figure. In the school's laboratories, we made microscopic observation and chemical analysis of 4 samples of tap water from different parts of the city, and 2 samples from bottled water, Dorna and Borzi. We use microscopic blades in order to detect bacteria, E. coli and Enterococcus, on our microscopes. We measured the alkalinity and the pH using different methods. We also made observation on the smell, color, and taste of the samples we had, and we concluded they fitted in the national and international standards. Both tap water and bottled water had no bacteria, no E. coli, and no Enterococcus, as the 485 from 2002 law provided. The total alkalinity is due to the ions carbonate, phosphate, and acid carbonate. The concentration of carbonate and acid carbonate ions in the tap water samples is higher than the concentration of the same ions from the bottled water. So all samples contain a certain amount of ions, but within normal limits. All the water samples have 0 permanent alkalinity, which means that they do not contain hydroxide ions. The pH of all water samples is between 7 and 8, which conforms with the legal standards, between 6.5 and 9.5. We also visited the largest facility of the Water and Sewage Utility, Constanța. During our visit, we saw filtering basins for water
And we were demonstrated the chlorine concentration, the turbidity of water, and also observed residual bacteria from non-treated water. We learned from specialists that the water in our city is safe for drinking despite the common opinion, 72% in our questionnaire. There are several conclusions which you can see that show tap water is safe in Romania. Therefore, drink more tap water. There are two important positive aspects. Using tap water reduces pollution. Plastic bottles are dangerous for the environment. We campaigned against pollution and we cleaned the Black Seashore near our college and made flyers and posters to raise awareness. Tap water is also cheaper. We are supposed to drink 2 liters of water daily, which means for bottled water, €15 per month per person and only €1 for 1 cubic meter, 1,000 liters of tap water per month per person. So again, drink more tap water. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. We're going to move to a record presentation from Pauline from Poland. From the city Poznan, we have the school Omega Primary School. Dvir, are we ready?
Just a second, please.
Some of the recordings were intermittent internet, so we recorded it on rehearsals and we're using it now. Some were provided by the school.
Have you ever thought about how much clean water do we use for subjects who don't need it at all? Our Omega Primary School team has observed a problem with wasting clean water through toilet flushing, making laundry, or watering plants. We are from Poznań, a city in Poland. We are 3 students, and our leading teacher is Weronika Andrzejewska. What is grey water? Grey water is wastewater generated in households or offices. Sources of grey water are sinks, showers, and baths. Grey water usually contains some traces of human waste and is therefore not free of pathogens. Benefits of using grey water are reuse of nutrients, organic filtering of water, and groundwater recharge. What type of filtration should we use to recycle grey water? First is pre-treatment. The second one is biological treatment. The third one is filtration. And the last step of treatment is disinfection. On the picture, you can see the project showing our idea of new school bathroom with implanted grey water filtration system. The grey water from washing machine, shower, and sinks is transported to the water tank system with filters and pumps from which after filtration water is pumping to the toilet flushes. We also calculated the approximated performance for grey water filtering system. For 100 students of our school, the amount of water used for washing hands every day is comparable with amount needed for toilet flush also every day. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for from Omega Primary School from Poland. And we have another school from Poland, from the city Wrocław. Wrocław, yes, thank you.
Wrocław.
We have the Academic High School from Waronka University of Technology. And also we have a record presentation. Dvir, please, if you may.
Hello everyone, we are a group of students from the Academic High School of the Wrocław University of Technology. We come from Wrocław, one of the biggest cities in Poland, located in the southwestern part of the country. Today we'd like to present to you the findings of our research project. Our team consists of young people who are not indifferent when it comes to problems with water consumption in our city. We all agree that water resources are used less carefully every year. In order to learn more about the problem, we visited Ecological education center called Hydropolis and Faculty of Geoengineering at the local university. Then we conducted a survey among our school community. We received feedback from around 150 people. The poll evaluated the interest of Wrocław inhabitants in saving the water in everyday life. Thanks to the poll, we learned that a lot of students use the dishwasher, prefer shower over bathtubs, and some of them installed sink aerators as well. The most important question of the survey regarded the frequency of checking the water meters. We learned that almost 85% of interviewees don't do it often. We plan to make a device which could help people monitor their water consumption in sinks. As a part of our project, we designed electromagnetic fluid meter with a tap attachment.
We want to show people that saving water is actually really easy and possible for everybody. That's why we created this project. Available and cheap band that shows in percent on the screen located at the down part of the tap how much water we used. On the upper part of the tap, there's a diode that highlights the stream of the water in different colors, so it could help us visually see how much water we already used.
The electromagnetic flow meter. The operation of this flow meter is based on the use of Faraday's electromagnetic induction. The usage of this type of flow meter is almost non-invasive and easy to use for customer. The plug-and-play method. You just put it on your entry water pipe of household or flat, and the device measures the usage of water. On the presentation, you can see the prototype of our flow meter. We hope that in the end we'll able to achieve something like this. Here you can see the technical project of our prototype. You can see all the parts in the cross section. Of course, we are going to make this screen bigger and the whole thing look prettier so the customer won't be afraid of using it. Here's a quick peek of what we are aiming for. Now the work is still in progress, but we are looking forward to finally succeed. Thank you so much for attention, and we hope we've interested you in our project. Bye.
Thank you very much to Poland. Up next, we're going to go back to Ukraine from the center, academic center named after Saint Mykolai, and we're going to present their recorded presentation. Dvir?
Our school is located near the city Lviv, Ukraine, in the picturesque town Brykhovichy near the forest and two lakes. And our kids with special educational needs from 3 to 18 years old. They have a great opportunity to develop their skills here. We want to present our school project, Water, the Source of Life. 15 students from the 8 to 10 grades took an active part in the study for 2 weeks. At the beginning of the experiment, the kids were given empty glasses and a certain amount of water. And they were told to pour water into glasses. As a result, not everyone had enough water. And teacher used this example that in nature, the world's water resources are also limited, and we must save and use this rationally. How can we take small steps, change our daily habits, and save life on Earth? The kids were divided into 2 groups, dental experts and hygiene experts. Kids experimentally found how much water usually flows from the tap for one brushing. Then the research was repeated using a cup instead of flowing water. We have processed our results and found that in one school year, just 15 students can save about 30,000 liters of water. The second group was checking how much water can be saved in one hand wash by turning off the tap while soaping. We have processed our results and found that in one school year, 123 students can save about 200,000 liters of water. By following these rules, our school can save about 230,000 liters of water per year. This can be seen from the table. Thank you for the invitation to participate in this project. Our kids started to share the results with their classmates and families, and our figures impressed even adults. This made everyone think that about the responsibility that each person has in relation to nature.
Thank you very much.
I want to say thank you very much to Ukraine, because it's not obvious that you are joining us to the meetings and you are presenting now, and you did a work with all the situation that you are having in your country. We want to say thank you, and we are proud of you. I don't know, I don't have the enough words to say how much I appreciate you and your school and the teacher that work with you and the student. Thank you very much.
All of us. This goes for everybody.
No, yes, but especially for Iran, I wanted to say. Okay, we're going to continue. Thank you very much to Ukraine.
I would like to say,
yes.
I would like to say that our kids now on the first vacation because of war, Russia on the February started a big war. So now instead of our kids, we have maybe 72 kids orphans from the south of Ukraine, and our teachers are working now with them and helping them, and they have lessons and educational year, and a lot of people now help us, and maybe all people in Ukraine now helping each other and our military, and we are all together, and all our people have a big hope, and as soon as possible we will have our great, free, and our favorite cozy Ukraine, and with our unbelievable military, brave military, and our incredible people. And thank you, you for great support from the all people, all the country, all over the world. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you very much.
And I know specifically Anna, our regional manager, spends the days with us and the nights with children from Ukraine. So I know she's full hands and all immersed in helping you, as we all do. Okay, let's proceed.
Okay, we're going to proceed with Albania, a school from Tirana, Jamal Stafa.
Yes, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Anna, are you ready? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay, so just give me 1 second to share my screen. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's start. Hello, my name is Anna. I'm representing to my Stafa High School with my friend Ignite. for the Water Day project in collaboration with Rotary Club and Shukai. Now, what is the issue? The issue is excessive water consumption, which is a global issue, and it remains an issue in our country as well. And the question is, how do we solve this issue? How do we find an effective way to reduce the amount of water that we consume on a daily basis? Now, I thought of an interesting solution that has been a hot topic for years. It has been discussed many times before, and it's about recycling gray water. Now, it's a system that reuses gray water from our homes in order to flush our toilets. This will be described in the animation a bit further because of time issues. So now I'll give the word to Ignat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As we talked about, the gray water is a problem to us, and we thought about recycling it. But actually, this system built right here, which we'll further present to you by using an animation video we made ourselves, actually has a certain cost about it. Considering we considered professionals in the field, consulted with them, and then we came to this average cost of about 820 euros for implementing this project. Well, considering that a household consumes on average around 144 meter cubes of water per year, this system is expected to be implemented in a 5-story building with 15 families tested in a period of 5 years. What is going to be the conclusion? If a building would consume 10 million liters of water in 5 years, it will now consume only 7.7 million liters of water, and thus meaning that costs will be reduced by 20%, which is a great percentage. Now you're all going to think, like, how is the system going to work? For that, I'm going to present to you a short video that exactly will show how the system will be implemented.
Aqua, a mere drop of... Hi there, I'm Aqua, a mere drop of water, part of billions and trillions that come to your houses every day. My friends and I work really hard in order to help you all do the wash-ups, brush your teeth, take showers, and even do your dishes. Oh, but look at us now, we're all dirty and sick. If only there was a way for us to do less work and not go to waste.
Don't worry, little Droplet. Our friends in Mustafa High School can help. First, you'll exit the path or sink, carrying all the little bits and pieces of dirt from the work, and then you're going to be entering a water filter.
Water filter?
Yes, because once you're used and don't carry toxic chemicals, you're considered gray water. This filter can help you get clean. After that, you, along with your friends, will be collected in a tank, and with the help of a powerful pump, you're going to come back again. This time, in a separate pipe system, which will take you to the last destination, the toilet drains. This will leave us with no waste for your hard work.
That sounds very interesting. I mean, let's do it. Before the project, there were 10 million liters of us being used every 5 years. Now, less than 7.7 million.
Thank you so much. That was our project. I really hope you liked it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kamal Mustafa. We're going to continue with another school from Tirana, Albania, Ismail Jamali. Are you ready to present?
Yes. Yes, ready. Hello, everyone. My name is Wendy, and I'm from Ismail Jamali High School, Tirana in Albania. And this is our project, which we have called it Hydropure. So firstly, we have done some investigation about water resources in Albania, and actually we got the conclusion that a number of rivers contain harmful substances and chemicals due to the industrial spills. That's why we created a table where we actually compared the results and the parameters of tap water and running water, parameters such as the color, the pH levels, the total number of bacteria, etc. The key ingredient of our idea is polyglue. And polyglue is a really strong coagulant, which helps fasten the coagulation process of impurities in water. And you get polyglue from fermented soybeans. And you can treat up to 5,000 liters of polluted water with polyglue. We actually have created a small animation video just to understand how does polyglue work. I mentioned that polyglue You get polyglue from fermented soybeans, which are positively charged. And in the video, you can see that the particles of dirt are negatively charged. And we can think of polyglue as a polymer, which has really strong arms and wraps them all, and they fall to the ground. They sink to the ground.
The second part of our project will consist on how we plan the Hydropure idea. Firstly, on the base of Hydropure, there is rainwater that we are planning to turn or purify into drinking water. I will also be describing the construction and how we came up with this idea. Firstly, our idea consists in a system of filtration on a scale of 3 tanks and also sand and carbon filtration. Firstly, on this first tank, we will have put polyglue, that is our main and powerful coagulant, that will be providing us chemical and physical filtration and purifying of the water. But we wouldn't stop there because we also have one important step, which is biological treatment of the water that will help us to release the water from impurities and also pathogens very damaging to the human body. On the second tank, we will have put sand and carbon filtration, which will provide us biological treatment that I mentioned. And as for the third tank, here we will have obtained completely clear and clean water according to our expectations. And you can also see a sketch of our school backyard in which we also worked upon a bit. You can see some small white lines. Those represent how the tubes will go into our backyard. And here we plan on planting soybeans because we didn't want to just buy polyglue, to just take it from the shop or just like shop it. We also wanted to make it ourselves because as we started, polyglue wasn't that so hard to just start and make it ourselves. But as every other project, our project has its ups and downs, its advantages and disadvantages that we will be going through. Firstly, as I mentioned, on the base of our project, there is soybean, which is an organic product, and this is a big advantage. It is also inexpensive, and here we can add the fact that we will be producing, in a way, polyglue ourselves. As for the disadvantages, soybeans is a periodical plant. It only grows during warm season, so this can be a bit of a down, and it also needs a bit of an upgradation. Last but not least, we will also be going through our conclusions that will consist on a list of 3 main points, which are construction. As I mentioned, it will be a project of 3 tanks, the use of polyglue, our main coagulant, and the cost reduction. I would like to stop a little bit here because Albania has amazing and wonderful water resources, but we don't use them, and we haven't come up with an idea to actually use them and profit by them. So our main aim wasn't just coming up with an idea or just purifying rainwater. We also wanted to give a possibility to every student of our school, but not only, to not just use plastic bottles and not just keep buying water, because firstly, that's a cost. And secondly, that also can come up with health issues. So yeah, the third point and the most important, in my opinion, is cost reduction.
So that puts an end to our project, but before we do that, we actually have created a 3D model of the 3 tanks that Anya was mentioning. And Shandy, can you please show us the 3D model? Yes, this is the 3D model that we were talking about. So thank you so much for your attention and for your time.
Thank you very much. Very impressive.
Yes, lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Harry is happy. We're going to continue to Kosovo. A school from Jaikova, Aida Tushi.
Hello to everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, the whole class. Beautiful. Nice.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I am Zona.
And I am Marian.
We represent Hydrotushi Gymnasium from Jakova, Kosovo, and our project is about a new central heating system. The old central heating used the method as a fuel, while now a new facility is using biomass. that has made Kosovo to have direct access to clean energy. We went to the central heating with our teachers and director, and we learned that the old central heating system used iron pipes, but because this crowed faster, now they're replacing them with concrete pipes. The old system paid 22,200 euros per year for water, while now the new one is paying only 14,000 because it has replaced 30% of pipes.
So water is being saved by converting water to steam and heated again until it's created gas. That gas is going to cycle the turbines and is going to create electricity, 1.2 megawatts. So of course, none of that water is going to be thrown out. It's going to cool the turbines.
Even in the new system, there are problems appears. For example, there are some water leaks in pipes that are wasting water because they are adding chemicals like sodium chloride to the water that travels through these pipes to soften it for heating. And this salt is causing pipe corrosion. So we thought, how can we store higher amounts of water during central heating processes? We made calculations and we could save 40,000 cubic meters of water and 28,000 euros if we replace 100% of these pipes. We made some questionnaires too to ask citizens if they appreciate the work of the central heating. The results were high, so we continue researching. If we calculate the same way as I said before, after 10 years, 40,000 cubic meters of water and 280,000 euros would be saved. Thank you a lot for attention.
Very nice indeed. Very coherent, the two of you, and with the class in the background, outstanding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was unmuted. Thank you very much for the presenter. We're going to continue to the USA from Florida. We have the Donna Klein School. Victoria, can you hear us?
Yes, we have our students on individual laptops. Is there a way to give them speaking access?
Okay, so please write to Dvir in the chat, the names, and he will take care of it. And we're going to continue to another school for now.
Perfect, thank you.
School from Israel, we have Shfaram. Shfaram
will be presenting a recording. We can actually ask Joanna Jabotinsky to go ahead.
Okay, Joanna Jabotinsky from Be'er Yaakov in Israel. Are you ready to present?
Yes. Yes.
Hello. Good luck.
Hi. Yes, we're ready. Okay. I will share the screen. Daniel. So Daniel. Daniel Begum.
Hi, I'm from Ioana Jabotinsky School. Ioana Jabotinsky is a special youth village in Be'er Yaakov. This area has a farm. Ioana Jabotinsky is a special youth village in Be'er Yaakov. The village includes our school and has a farm area with goats, chickens, and plenty of trees.
Hi, my name is Daniel Nicolin from Ioana Jabotinsky School. More than 1,000 students study in our school, and many of them immigrated from different countries like Ukraine, Russia, Canada, Belarus, and more to Israel. And some of them are staying at the village because it's also a boarding school.
תעביר לפוסטר. זה הפוסטר.
Hello, I'm Oz, and I'm going to basically explain you about our project. the boiler, water boiler. And now most of you or all of you, I don't, I really
Wait.
wait, Hidan will give you a
Can you see
picture
it?
of it. No,
Oh.
you close the share screen.
Oh, sorry.
Right. I will continue explaining. As you see here, Hidan, can I use can I picture it or something? Paint it?
Oh, yes. Can I say?
Here.
Well, just explain. Go ahead.
As you see here, this device over here, it's a project that we made. It's a mini model like here, this model and this model. These models are a mini water boiler that is already exist. They made it here in Israel. We didn't, but someone else did. We use this as an example of our, how do I say it? We basically use this as an example of how to heat water with the power and like this to save electricity and money. Basically, in this device over here, this part of the device is
move the speaker away from your mouth, we will hear you better. Move it away, away. תזיז את זה למטה, שזה ככה, כן.
Hear it better?
Much better.
All right. As you see, the device over here that I circle, it's sort of a collector. It's a heat saver. It's a heat saver. It's heat the tubes.
It's a heat absorber that absorbs the heat from the sunlight to this machine, and basically the strings, the tubes, sorry, that are right here are going from from here. They're going right down, and then they're traveling through the tube all the way up to heat the water, and then they exit here hot, as hot water.
Yes. Like Idan said, this is exactly how it's done. Thank you, Idan. And this is the device. It uses the sun energy or the sunlight, as you prefer, to heat the water without using any electricity, and basically just save you money and more. It's more nice for the environment. Idan will now show you a video. It's how we made it and how we use it.
Wait.
Done the video.
And this is the video.
This is a picture of all of us. I will explain through the video how we done some stuff. This is Agam and Lisa. They're building the device, preparing it.
In the video, we see how the boiler works. At first,
you pour some water, then you suck the air from the yes. Then you tie the water.
Plastic tubes to the heat absorber, which will run the water through it and will heat the water. Then we pour the cold water to the boiler. After that, we inject the bubbles with. Wait, I will rewind it. After that, we
suck the air from the tubes. We suck the air from the tubes.
Until there is no more bubbles and only water is in it. We check the water temperature and we can see that it is at 20 degrees. We then turn the light projector LED, which represents the sunlight. It's the same as it.
There was a lot of clouds, so it was a problem to use the sunlight.
The heat absorber takes all the heat to heat the water, and then we let the water run, and as you can see, now the temperature rised and it's now at 50 degrees.
Very nice. Very nice. I think with progress, this has been very impressive, Lital, but I think we're running.
Here's some bloopers that happened.
Thank you very much for Yana Jabotinsky. We will now move on to our next school from the north of Israel.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Yana Jabotinsky. Very nice.
Welcome and good day.
Very nice that you were able to improvise and show us online what you can do. Are we going back to Donna Klein in the United States?
Amnon, before we're going to see from north of Israel, Shfar'am. We're going to see a record presentation of them, and then we're going to enjoy from the USA. Florida.
Excellent. Shfar'am has been working with us on the program for over 10 years, I think now, from the beginning of the program. Nasrin Hatib has been the leading teacher there from the beginning.
Hello for everybody, my name is Talib Khalid, a student in the junior high school in Shaf'amr. Shaf'amr is a very beautiful city, and our school has 350 students and 42 teachers. First of all, we met at the robotics lab to think and to plan the project. Then we built the robots that we can use them for different tasks.
Hello everyone, my name is Lan Shibai. Our project for this year is a water desalination plant to turn it into potable water and then into potable water. Of course, our school is categorized by robotic classes, so we built 3 robots to help us desalinate the water.
Also important to say that we went to the Technion to learn about their methods of desalination the water. Here we remove the large objects and we measure the acidity, the pH, and the dissolved salts, the TDS, in the seawater using the robots. Then we use the pump to transfer the water to the filters and to the membrane that separates the water, which is the solvent, from the rest of the materials. Here we measure the pressure. Then we got desalinated water from the first tube, and from the second tube we got the saline water. Also we measure the pH and the TDS after the filtering.
The smallest process of purification of water by using a battery extruder membranes to separate unwanted winds. If I want to talk how I feel, I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of my group. We did really great job as well as, and I'm sure that we will achieve our goal.
In the end, I felt so special and happy working in this project. I hope that we will achieve our goal, and thank you for listening and thank you for paying attention.
Thank you very much for a great presentation. Thank you, Shfar'am. And we're going to continue to the DKJA Donna Klein from Florida, USA. Hello, Victoria.
All right, I'm going to share my screen and then my students will do their presentation. But we are from the United States and we have a 6th grade class that did work on hydroponics.
Yeah, we did our research on how saltwater intrusion impacts the way we grow plants. In Florida, it's very difficult to grow produce because of our sandy soil. Our local rock type is called Miami limestone, and it's extraordinarily weak, and it allows water to travel through it and into the soil. To avoid this issue, we can grow produce using hydroponics.
Our research question was, what are alternative ways to avoid saltwater intrusion? And our hypothesis was lettuce seeds. Our hypothesis was if lettuce seeds are placed in water and saltwater hydroponics, then that's better filter because salt carries plants. and would pretty much get lettuce. Our methods were we set up 2 buckets with fresh water, and at the 2-week mark, we added 1 with salt water. We placed 3 lettuce pods in each system, and we measured the average height of each system weekly. Our data is the fresh water over the course of 4 weeks. They started off pretty much the same. Fresh water, salt water. But when the salt water started, the fresh water plants changed. Our hypothesis.
Annabelle and Haley.
All right, were you able to hear everybody?
Not so well, actually.
Not quite.
Okay, if you want, we can do the recording instead, or we can just move on to the next person.
I do believe you are the final school to present and would like to finish with a bang. So please go ahead and present your recorded session.
Okay.
We're going with the sun. So since you are at the west most, then you are last.
All right, I will just go ahead and share the video that is also posted online. So I will go back and share my screen with that and share my audio. All right. Give me one moment.
We are 6th graders from TKJA in the United States of America. We researched how saltwater intrusion impacts the way we grow produce. In Florida, it's very difficult to grow crops because of our sandy soil. Our local rock type is called Miami limestone, and it's extraordinarily weak. It allows water to travel through it and into our soil. To avoid this issue, we grow produce using hydroponics.
Our research question was, what are alternative ways to grow plants without soil to help avoid saltwater intrusion? Our hypothesis was, if lettuce seeds are placed into fresh water in saltwater hydroponic systems, then the lettuce will grow better in fresh water because salt dehydrates plants.
Our methods that we set up 2 deep water culture hydroponic systems, both with fresh water. And then after 2 weeks, we put 1 with salt water and we placed 3 lettuce pods in each system. We measured the average height of each system.
This graph shows our data throughout the plant's growth. These plants have been placed in the saltwater system for 4 weeks. The pink is the fresh water and the salt water is the blue. The salt water was growing on the same track as the fresh water until it suddenly died and the fresh water kept growing. Conclusion: when we put plants in the salt water, the plants started wilting and they died. But when we put plants in the fresh water, they continued to grow taller. Our hypothesis was accepted.
All right, were you able to hear that presentation from the recording?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amnon.
Okay, all right, good work. So not only did we do good work, that is the students did, but we finished almost exactly on time. So we're doing fine.
And
yes,
we have one more school who hasn't presented yet.
we do have one more group. This is a spare group. Go ahead. Who is the spare group?
Hello, my apologies. There must have been
technical difficulties at the time. My
Okay.
name is Tomar Hyoga. I am here on behalf of the school Millennium Trades. But before we get started, I'd like to first share my condolences and deepest regards towards our fellow Ukrainian panelists. Our hearts go out to you and the people of Ukraine who were impacted by the ongoing turmoil, and we are with you until it ends. Now, with that out of the way, I'd like to start presenting, well, our poster and project in a way, which shows the topic that me and the group and the amazing group of people that have been working on for the past month or so. The project's name is Every Droplet Counts, and it's basically, in a way, rainwater harvesting project. We have done the research that in the average household, around 405,000 liters of water are used every year. And the idea that we've made is utilizing the rainwater that we produce yearly and collecting it on rooftops to then be distributed between the green areas of our school building during the drought period of our year, which is mostly the summertime. We have done the math, we have done the research, and we have seen that in a year we collect around 1.5 million liters of water, and out of which only a small portion of them are needed. And we have concluded that with the rest of the water, we could actually use it for different projects in the future if this goes that way. Now, concerning health risks or any questions that you may have for maintenance, the water cannot be cross-contaminated because it is going to go directly from the school rooftops into the reservoirs, and that there is no chance of cross-contamination. But just to be sure, we will have it tested every 2 months to make sure the water is up to quality. Now, while money-wise, we don't save that much annually, we, in a way, send a message that we can always do more. We can always save more water. We can always bring new ideas to the table that can inspire other people to do more for themselves and the surrounding environment. And with this project, speaking from myself and everyone else that was part of it, we have gained and improved on previous skill sets and in a way bonded with each other in a way that we hadn't beforehand. I am Tomoria Hyoga, and this was my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for doing it.
If there are any questions.
Thank you very much. I don't think we have time for questions, but we had time to enjoy your wonderful ideas and project and great presentation. Thank you very much for insisting, and welcome on board.
Thank you.
Okay, we will move now to the greetings that we have concluding from District Governor Chaim Kenneth, who sent us a recorded greeting, followed by a recorded greeting from the chairman of OISCA Israel, who is joining us, at which point we will move to the quiz, the big quiz. All right, let's hear what Governor Chaim Kenneth says to us.
Hello, dear participants. Past Rotary International President Barry Rasin, Rotarians, teachers, students, industry partners, and all. It is a pleasure to greet you on a Rotary Hand Across Water 2021-2022 year-end event that District 2490 Israel has supported over the last 10 years and will continue to do so. District 2490 Israel is proud to host this youth learning collaboration and help it grow into a major international program. Increasing the awareness of water challenges and solutions holds a great promise for the sustainable future. I was impressed by your projects and presentation skills and wish you success in the future, making sure the environment is sustainable. I hope that this is just one of many mutual projects that will take place in the future, because all we do change lives of others. And this is the main issue to change lives.
All of these are made possible
Thank you very
because
much.
of the planet get everything it needs in an accessible.
Okay, and our next greeting comes from the chairman of OISCA Israel. This is an organization based in Japan that has 60 chapters around the world, and they have recently joined us, and I think it will be a great improvement of our further reach. OISCA ישראל זה ארגון שמקורו ביפן, הוא יצטרף אלינו ויתמוך גם הוא בתוכנית, ויקדם את הפעילות בקריית גת ובהמשך במקומות נוספים. דביר, בואו נשמע את צבי הרמן.
מיד נסיים את הברכה של חיים ונמשיך.
And enjoy.
Distinguished Rotary International Leadership, Haifa Rotary Club, Coral Spring Parkland Rotary Club, High Teach, educators, students, dear participants all. I'm Tzvi Herman, founder and Secretary General of OISCA Israel. Shalom, congratulating you all on this special occasion, Hands Across Water 2022 program event. ברכות מקרב לב לארגונים, המוסדות, בתי הספר, ובמיוחד לתלמידות והתלמידים המתמקדים במשאב הטבע המרכזי לחיינו, מים, ובכך לקיימות כדור הארץ בכלל. OISCA Israel is honored and grateful to partner with you all in this challenge world-renowned program and its prime objectives engaging young generation with the challenges of sustainability and specifically water, thus with our livelihood and the planet as a whole. OISCA Israel is an NGO established 30 years ago, operating in the framework of OISCA International. OISCA International, established 61 years ago in Japan, including today some 40 OISCA country chapters and related partnerships worldwide. The organization is a UN NGO supporting the accomplishment of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the World Development Agenda at large. OISCA goal and objectives are primarily harmonious development between people and nature. Among other
אוקיי, הברכה של צבי מספרת על הארגון, על ההיסטוריה שלו ועל היעדים שלו שדומים ליעדים שלנו בתוכנית. אוקיי, תודה רבה. We are moving now to the quiz. The quiz is using Kahoot, so Dvir will show you where to link. You need to link to Kahoot, and you will then see the questions posed on the screen, and with the code provided, you will be able to answer. So go to Kahoot, and we'll get from there. Dvir, the floor is yours.
Just a second, please.
So we will be provided the Kahoot PIN number. Just go into the website, Kahoot, K-A-H-O-O-T, kahoot.it, and stand by, and Dvir will call the PIN number of the quiz, and then the questions will be announced, and the answers will be provided by you, and we will see which country wins. Now we have a very clear case to compete.
So I've sent the link to Kahoot to the gaming on the chat, and soon enough I will actually share the screen and we'll start our presentation, our trivia. Okay. I'm gonna silence the music. But as you can see, you are more than welcome to join us on our Kahoot. This is the PIN number you must provide. I'm going to share it on the screen again. Please keep the names decent and appropriate so we can know exactly who is participating. There you go. As in the past years, we're celebrating our knowledge with a trivia competition. It will have everything to do with water and some with your work. So I hope you can actually recognize some of the questions from what you've done. I've tried to summarize our whole year in this quick and final trivia. I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes. So we'll start at 5:30. We'll have about 10 questions, so don't worry, we won't keep you up too long. I can already see we have 32 participants. And as I said, you can join the game while we're playing. I'm going to send you a second. There you go. So don't worry, I'm still waiting. So I sent you the link. It's kahoot.it, and then you got to put in our PIN number. So it's 9818455. As you can see, we already have 40 participants, 42, and it just keeps on growing. I'll give it, as I said, we'll begin at 5:30. So all the students and teachers and attendees can actually join us. It's an open invitation. If anybody has any problems logging in, I'm trying to make sure that you're being addressed to online as well. But as I said, in 1 minute, we're going to start our Kahoot. Welcome Victoria, Taleb, Andrew, Zinab, Julia, Yulia. I can see from Romania. I can see from the US, Israel, Yuri, Corina, Tim, Raluca. I can see we have Edvinas, and we have Albanian, Lithuanian. Great. Well, this is actually the most comprehensive Kahoot I've ever managed. And yeah, so in 1 minute we're going to start. It's going to take us about 5 to 10 minutes to complete. And I wish you all the best. Now let's wait for the countdown. And here we go. I hope everybody's ready. Congratulations. In 3, 2, 1. So, fill in the sentence. Without water, there is no. Well, as I usually say, I don't have any luck. I don't have luck anyhow, and I drink water all the time, so I mustn't do that. But the saying goes, if we have all our panelists, you can see the first question is given a little bit more time, and it's a preparation, a warm-up question, so everybody can figure out how to do so and use our Kahoot system properly. And the correct answer is, of course, with no water, there is no life. It's a very important, it's a very known saying in Israel, and I do believe it's not just a saying, it is the actual truth. In global search for water, if we're looking for life outside of the country, outside of our planet, the first indication will be looking for life as found on Mars. Now for the second question, what is the pH of natural running water? Is it between 5.5 to 6.5, or maybe 6.8 to 7.2? Is it 1, or is it 0 to 14? As you can see, time is running short. In 3, 2, 1. And of course, the natural pH of running water is between 6.8 and 7.2. 5.5 is recommended for body lotion, and 0 to 14 is the total span of the pH spectrum. Now I can see Alex has moved up the the leaderboard, the scoreboard. Keep in mind, this is a very, very close competition. Time is important, and the amount of questions you've answered right is important. So, what is the annual plastic flow from the Danube River to the Black Sea? Is it 20 tons? Is it 45 metric tons? 45,000 metric tons? Could it be half a ton, 500 keys? Or is it 1,500 tons every year? And the correct answer is, of course, 1,500 tons flows every year from the Danube River to the Black Sea and accumulates. And I can see a new leader, Alken Shuli. Go on. Yeah. For all of us chocolate lovers, what is the ecological water footprint of making 1 kilogram of chocolate? Yes, I know chocolate is yummy, but is it 5,000 liters, 350 liters, or 17,000 liters of water needed to make 1 kilogram of chocolate? And the correct answer is 17,000 liters. 17 cubic meter of water is necessary to make 1 kilogram of chocolate. Let's see our scoreboard. And we got Julia leading the scoreboard.
We're in the middle of the way, a lot of more questions.
Yeah,
and don't share your ideas, and don't listen to those ideas that are being shared, because not all of them are right. So ignore them. Just come up with your own answer.
Yeah, so how many liters of water can be saved when closing the tap while brushing your teeth? So it's not too much, 72 liters, 7.2 liters, or just 2 liters? And that answer actually surprised me as well. That answer actually surprised me as well. You can save that amount of water, 7.2 liters, every morning or afternoon you brush your teeth. So try to close the tap in between and save a lot of water. Oh, I can see the scoreboard is starting to focus on some of our leaders, and we're up to the second half of our questionnaire. How many times does the word water appears in the Old Testament? So, is it 4 times? Is it 1,444? Is it 722 times? Or is it tashkab tamim? And the correct answer is 722 times, but tashkab is actually the Jewish gematria way of saying 722, which is also the correct answer. Let's go ahead. We're up to the 7th question, and Lithuania is taking up the lead. That's Venus.
All right.
So, where is the oldest well made of stone wall? Where is it located? Is it under the sea? Is it in Cyprus? Could it be in the Jezreel Valley? Or is it at Lithium? This is a very important question. This one is not the oldest well, but the oldest one made of stone. So the answer is just a little bit western of the Israeli coast in an old settlement called Al Lithium, which is actually under the sea at the moment. Rising sea levels have changed the coastal line in Israel as well for many years for many times in history. Something we need to take into consideration, where these kind of resources that were available beforehand are no longer available. Fresh water is now submerged beneath the sea. Okay, this is really closing in. I can see we have our northern part of Israel representative taking the lead. Let's see what's going on. Go Talib. So, what are the world's biggest water problems? Is it leakage? Is it polluted water sources? Is it the lack of available resources? Or maybe it's all of the above. So all of the above is, of course, the correct answer. As we know, only 65% of human population has access to fresh water and sanitation. 35% does not have the availability of water that we enjoy in the developed world. And lack of available resources is a major problem in desert areas. And as part of the climate crisis, water abundance is getting low, scarce. Water is getting scarce and scarce. Oh, I see Taleb is running the lead. There are only 2 more questions, so keep in touch. What are the 4 key components of the Israeli water solution? What are we good at? Is it leak prevention? Is it seawater desalination? Is it wastewater reclamation? Or is it the smart irrigation systems that are being put all over Israel? And that was a trick question indeed, because all of these are the 4 components of the Israeli water solution. This is what makes us so good at making this desert country so luscious and abundant with fruit and produce. And
now, wait. Now, the next question, the last question, is a very, very important and serious question. You will be affecting the question. So take a lot of care when you analyze the question. Think about it and take your time and give us the correct answer. Let's go.
And now to the final question. So there were 15 international schools in 2020. 28 are participating in 2022. How many international schools do you believe will join our Rotary Hands Across Water program this in 2025? Will it be 1,000, 75, 28, or who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. And of course, we don't really know the answer, but hopefully we'll go exponentially and up to our limit. Our goal is to reach 1,000 schools, which will entail approximately 3,000 to 5,000 students who will be joining this program in the following years and have water related education accessible to them. This was our final event podium, and on the 3rd place we have Israel, and on the 2nd place Minea, and on the 1st place Taleb Khaled from Shfar'am, if I'm not mistaken. You have taken up the lead.
Clearly expected. Very, very well done. Okay, well, this concludes our wonderful evening. I think this concludes the year 2, and you've all done such a marvelous work. The students, their teachers, the support, the schoolmasters, the Rotarians, the regional managers, the districts, everybody. And this just makes us want to have more. So thank you very much all for joining. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Urban. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Florine. Thank you, Harry, and the entire team, and especially the High Teach team, Lital and Dvir and Tom and Adam and Karam and Adi and Batul, the entire team. We all worked very hard together, including the Rotary of Haifa, the Rotary District Water and Sanitation Committee, the other clubs. Let us all hope that we will have peace in Ukraine and that we will have a successful year next time. Thank you next year. Thank you very much for joining. We'll see you next year. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 Ciao. Salud.
Bye,
Salud.
everybody. Bye.
Salud. Thank you, everybody. It's been a great presentation. Here's some of the clips we had. Some of the panelists. Much excitement. I bid you all farewell. We'll end in just a couple of minutes. Bye-bye.